shift together here from the D-line. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And after that play, we've got a man down, a member of the linebacking corps. And the medical staff will attend to him. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, Rawls. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that brings up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. 10 yards still left on second down. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Roethlisberger will throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The play clock's running down. They'll go for it with Bell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They stay on the ground. Rawls again. That's strong running. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches.
65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come up in an offset eye. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Here's Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He's got time. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Hurry up, let's go. Here we go. 4 down.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now it's Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
Now the toss to Bell running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
On 3rd down, Procise. And down he'll go at the 25. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's got his man. It's Curse. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a gain of 11. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now Wilson on 1st down, finding time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Throwing is Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The quarterback gets to him and drops him.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On the move to his left. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 15 yards there on the scramble and a 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. They come up in an offset eye. 1st down, this is Rawls. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And they'll get 17 yards there. And that'll be good for a Seattle 1st down. Back to the ground on 1st. Again, it's Rawls. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's able. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run for it now. Here's Marcel Reese. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Still got 4 down, 4 down.
On the ground, rolls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls taking it in. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is right through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A give to Bell. And he will lose yardage. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Brown, the lone receiver, left. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Complete outright to Kurz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebacker.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They come up in an offset eye. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that rests. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Cam Chancellor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. A screen to Bell. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Surveying the field. He's going to fire one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 37.
What would you have said to me if I told you in pregame that Big Ben and Antonio Brown wouldn't have hooked up until the second half?
I would say that they'd be losing, and they are.
Yeah, they are, and they've got to find a way now to continue to connect and try and get their team back in this game.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. Maybe I get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game. One of the premier runners in the NFL.
They shakes him off. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
Things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads. And those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country
I
roads.
certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 47 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point now by Boswell. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They go again with Rawls. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did. The
intended target, Doug Baldwin. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle. Starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. But Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. On first down, throw sights. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through him.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got Curse. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And now it's 2nd and goal. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas Rawls, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They run with a fullback Nix. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's got time in the pocket. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Bennett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the wideout in motion.
Easy, easy.
Play clock winding down.
Easy, Sue.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. And a big 32-yard play on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And that's caught inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 6 yards to go here on second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside, and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Shift together here from the D-line. He's back to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Rolling to his left. Now and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off, William Gay. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll take this inside. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down following the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this defense looks for 1 more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with 1 final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
To throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.